Blessed Soulful Sunday, you all. I just wanted to hop on here and discuss a topic that has become near and dear to my heart. I have a lot of different topics that are. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I've attended 2 events in the last 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm like, let me just jump on here and talk about this. So it's soul food, nutrition, and wellness coming at you, where evolution is essential for growth. So, I feel like it's one thing to change, but perhaps you can use them interchangeably, evolution and evolving and change. But evolving, I believe, just takes you to the next level, takes you to a different level. So I wanted to talk about a topic that starts with, each letter of the alphabet. So last week, it was A and advocacy, and I threw being assertive in there. But I'm not leaving the A's yet because I want to talk about Alzheimer's disease and, what that looks like. So the fundraiser that I attended today, it was a fundraiser for Alzheimer's disease, and then it was a conference a few weeks ago, and the conference was power packed. And, Alzheimer's disease in general, but within the Black community, and actually it was Alzheimer's and dementia within the Black community. So I want to talk about some of I'm hopping right to it. I pray everyone's weekend's going well, and those that are working, that you're vibing high, because, we do get tired of working, and we get tired of working for the weekend. But at the end of the day, we're blessed to be able to get up, have jobs. I'm speaking to myself first because I got to encourage myself before I can come in and encourage you. But we got to be thankful for what we have. There is, again, I say it all the time, a lot going on in the world. There's a lot being said and stated across social media. And so all I can do is suggest for you to do is stay prayerful. Don't allow yourself to take in too much negativity, because that brings your vibration down. But if you, and I'm not saying walk around and be fake and phony. There's this statement, fake it till you make it. I'd like to be pretty real and be aware with if it's just not fitting for me at this time. Or I like to be honest, but I don't like to stay down. I don't like to stay in a place of complaining, because again, that's not adding anything to you. So as you're going into this next week, just think about yourself, take care of yourself, take care of your family or your loved ones, your neighbors, your pets, but make sure you're taking care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you help someone else? You don't want to be on your last leg, been there, done that. You on your last leg, and then, you're still running around for other people, but you're not well yourself. That is not health and wellness. So anyway, I want to get into Alzheimer's disease and share with you what was shared with us at the conference. Let's take a journey toward wellness together. And that's what the brand is all about, soulful nutrition and wellness. Let's talk about Alzheimer's disease and dementia and how it is actually a cognitive decline, especially with Alzheimer's disease. Dementia, you could be drunk and appear as if you, especially over and over again, and have some, signs of dementia. But when it comes to Alzheimer's disease, there's actually a change within the brain. And speaking of that, they did mention that there is a marker that can be traced by a lab, a blood draw, when there's early stages, or I don't know if it's within the family, so if it's hereditary, but there is now, just as of last month, a blood draw that will pick up on a certain protein to show, perhaps that there's some first stages of Alzheimer's disease. So we have come a long way, because remember, my history goes back to 1991, and I can remember working on a unit. There'd be 24, 25 Alzheimer's patients on one unit, lockdown unit, because, they go through sundowning and, They begin to forget who they are, where they are, who their loved ones are. So, I'm just going to hop into the 10 warning signs that were provided to us. But, wait a minute. Hold on real quick. Some of the statistics on Alzheimer's disease. First of all, in the Black community, Black Americans are about 2 times more likely than our white counterparts to have dementia or Alzheimer's, and less likely to get a diagnosis. And the reason being is because there's, stigmas, or, there's, the racism that still exists today, even in the healthcare system. And so you just may not get diagnosed soon enough before, you start declining, or just not even looked at, not even thought of or looked at. So it says here 7.2 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's disease in 2025. 7.2 million Americans aged 65 and older. 74% are age 75 or older. About 1 in 9 people age 65 and older has Alzheimer's. So that's 11% of our seniors. Older Black Americans are about twice as likely to have Alzheimer's or dementia as older whites. And again, I've already stated some of the reasons why. And sometimes it's just because we don't go to doctor's appointments. We, don't trust the system, and we'll get off into reasons why we don't trust the system as Black Americans. But it is no excuse for you not to take care of yourself. It's one thing not to trust the healthcare system and you're attempting to care for yourself, versus not trusting the healthcare system, but you're not doing all that you can to take care of yourself. Something's got to give. So, 10 warning signs. Let's hop into it. 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's disease. We won't say Alzheimer's, but decline. Number 1, memory changes that disrupt daily life. So, you park your car and you go to get in your car, you leave Target, and you are having a hard time finding your car. That is more than likely one of the first stages of Alzheimer's or dementia. 2, challenges in planning or solving problems. You used to be able to keep your checkbook. Now you don't even know that you have a checkbook. That's a decline. That's a cognitive decline. 3, difficulty completing familiar tasks. Driving from one familiar location to another. Again, budgeting, remembering the rules of your favorite game. You used to playing Uno with your grandma, and grandma now doesn't even know what the rules are in playing Uno, and that's her favorite game. 4, confusion with time or place. The clock is on the wall, but grandma doesn't know what it's saying. You've taken your grandma to her favorite restaurant, your loved one to their favorite restaurant, and now they don't know what the marquee is reading. 5, trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships. It says here, some people may have difficulty reading, judging distance, and determining color or contrast. In terms of perception, they may pass a mirror and think someone else is in the room. They may pass a mirror and think that someone else is in the room. And it's their image. It saddens me as I read these. 6, new problems with words in speaking or writing. So someone with Alzheimer's disease, they have a difficult time, or those stages have these progressing cognitive issues. They have a difficult time in even just having a conversation or looking for the words that they may want to say. Now, let's stop for a minute. You might say, well, I do that. I forget what I was going to say or what I went for, and I had to go retrace my steps. We all tend to do that. But with Alzheimer's disease, it's progressive. Usually you'd be like, oh yeah, I know what I was going for. But with Alzheimer's disease, the progression of this cognitive decline, you won't recall. You won't recall. 7, misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. So 7, misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. So again, going back, it's one thing you retrace your steps and then you figure out, oh yeah, I was going to get my glass of water out the room. Well, number 7 here says you misplace things and then you lose the ability to retrace where you placed it or could have placed it. 8, decreased or poor judgment. So when it comes to dealing with money, when it comes to dealing with people on, the telephone and having to have a discussion on certain matters, it says here like telemarketers, your loved one will not be able to do these things. And that's why it's good to stop. That's why it's good to take care of yourself, not just for yourself, but if your loved one ever needs you. We are to love our neighbor as we would ourselves, and we want to be loved as well and taken care of and not taken for granted and advantage of. So when you have loved ones that are declining, and then you still have to work your job and take care of yourself, but come home and take care of your, parent or parents that may be suffering from cognitive decline, you got to take care of yourself. There's a such thing as caregiver stress. You need a respite. You need time, to get away so that you can still know that you're human as well. And we have these resources out there, and whatever resources are not there, they need to be put in place. It's time out for not caring for ourselves and one another. Who's going to do it for us? So 8, decreased or poor judgment. 9, withdrawal from work or social activities. At some point within my heart can't take it, it just, because all of it's just sad. I've worked on these units where these patients' loved ones would come in, their children, their spouses that they had been married to for 50 years. They didn't know who their children were. They may know who their spouse was, because those with Alzheimer's disease, they usually will remember something from way back versus things that are currently taking place. The cognition doesn't allow, the breakdown within the brain does not allow them to be able to deal with matters that are happening currently. They're not able to recall it. Number 9, withdrawal from work or social activities. So they just kind of are by themselves. They just want to be by themselves. And you can say, well, they're trying to hide the fact that they're not the same person. Yeah, but that would have happened way up. Number 9, there's just no more interest. 10, changes in mood and personality. I've heard it so many times. That is not grandma. That is not how grandma used to be. Grandma is mean now, you know, but grandma isn't the same. Her thinking processes are not the same. Her rationale is not the same. She's not able to rationally decide on things, let alone eating a meal. Like, these poor people, they forget to eat. They don't know to eat. And so now you have to assist them with nutrition. Y'all, this thing is serious. This thing is serious. And while we out here, you know, just willy-nilly all over the place, we need to be trying to take care of one another and grab hold of our lives and our loved ones. It's too much going on in the world to not be coming together with our family members so that we can begin to piece some things together and care for one another. You know, my family has a family reunion all the time, year round, my whole entire life. But then outside of the family reunion, we need to be making sure that we are good all year round. You know, I work in healthcare and I take care of my patients, but I want to be there for those that are within my family and my friend group, and that want my assistance. No, I don't have all the answers, and I'm not a doctor, but I am a caregiver and I am a professional, and we can talk about this thing. We can coach through this thing, you know, whether it's, you know, your medications or whatever. We can talk about this, you know. And also, there's so many means to look up different resources. I say this all the time, different resources. We just have no excuse to not do better. On a happier note, because those 10 warning signs, it's sad. It's sad, but it's necessary to talk about. And again, I have no problem in doing it. Still on the letter A. I will be bringing the letter B, I would suggest next week, but if I get another letter A, we're going to talk about it. So Alzheimer's disease, letter A. Guess what, y'all? 10 healthy habits for your brain. So I also received this from the conference that was about 4 to 6 weeks ago. 10 healthy habits for your brain. Protect your head. So for our children that are playing sports, when we play sports, racquetball and these different things, or, you know, you're bike riding, your children are bike riding, we need to protect our heads. You don't just protect your head as a child riding a bike. If you're riding a bike as an adult, you should be protecting your head. Challenge your mind. And I'm not going in any particular order here, but challenge your mind. So word find puzzles, word search puzzles. Got to do a shout out. Let's not shout out. My sister has published 4 word find books, search books. They're available on Amazon. Oxy Vibe, perfect for the brain. It just keeps you busy, especially reading, and just keeps the mind busy, and just allow creativity. I would suggest even doing some arts and, you know, word searching and puzzles and different things, reading. So challenge your mind. Stay in school. Education. Education keeps you thinking. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is greater power, though, if you use it. Knowledge is power. So keep yourself abreast on knowledge by educating. You don't have to go get a degree to go take a course. You know, whether it's basket weaving or knitting or something, you know, but keep the mind busy by staying educated. Control your blood pressure. Control your blood pressure. Yes, you might be on medication, but there's also other things you can do by lifestyle changes. What raises the blood pressure? Sometimes it's something systemic going on. Sometimes it's from the diet or a mixture of both. It could be stress. We live stressful lives. But we need to start like weeding some stuff out. Control the blood pressure. Eat right. What does eating right look like to you? What does it look like to you? Again, another lifestyle change. Just because we grew up on high carb processed foods doesn't mean we have to stay in that place. And then you say, well, how can we trust, the system anyway? The things that are in the store anyway, everything's processed. But we can still do better than just eating a bunch of canned food or restaurant food. So a healthier diet, if you know that you're one that eats 2 to 3 bags of chips a week and you drink 3 sodas a day, just maybe eat 1 bag of chip and 1 soda a day. All we can do is do better. That's it. You take hold of your own health because no one can do that for you. Am I perfect? No, I'm on here with you. And it's so that we can learn together. This is a journey for us both. It's all of us. It's not just me. I haven't gotten it all figured out. That's why I'm on here, and I'm willing to share 35 years of professionalism with you all because it's my passion to do so. Manage diabetes. Whether it's type 1 or type 2, manage your diabetes. And if it's type 2 and you're not on insulin, you should be doing all that you can to try to keep it that way and reduce, or maybe even have the opportunity to get off of your diabetes medication. How do you do that? Diet, exercise, keep the stress levels down, take control of you. No one can do that for you. Be smoke free. Be smoke free. So the cigarette habit. There was a time that smoking cigarettes was the thing to do. Been there, done that. Not anymore. You can't even be within a certain feet to the door of an establishment smoking cigarettes. Okay? So be smoke free. And it doesn't say here whether it means vaping as well. I'm sure it does, but definitely smoking cigarettes would be something that you could slow down with and perhaps stop. It's doable. It can happen. It's not easy. Habits are not easy to break, but it can be done over time, prayer, persistence. Get moving. Get moving means dancing. It means taking a walk. It means you can sit in your chair and lift 5-pound arm weights. You don't have to go to the gym. Everybody doesn't like going to the gym, but you can get up and move. It's important to do so. That's why our joints get stiff. But when you're moving, it's circulating the blood. It's causing the heart to work. Remember, the heart is a muscle, and that blood is being pumped to your brain and back around again, cleansed, and then back through your body again. So get up and move. And the calves, I think it's Dr. Bobby Price. Dr. Bobby Price is on YouTube, and he is known for vegetation over medication. He is a pharmacist that just went totally plant-based. I think he's mostly fruitarian, but he speaks about the calves being like a second heart. So just think about it. I mean, the calves are where you bring, your legs bring blood back up through after it's gone to your feet, your toes, and then it goes back up through the calves. Well, some good calf muscles will help pump that blood back up, but that's what walking will do for you. You don't have to run, you can walk. Okay, so get moving. The main thing is keep moving. If you're able to take the steps at work instead of the elevator, do that. I've been doing more of that. but I've also been doing more squats, so I can tell my legs are getting stronger. So do what you can for you. Maintain a healthy weight. And all of these different tips, they go for just life in general. It's just holistic holistic care of oneself. Maintain a healthy weight. The more weight that you have, the more stress it is on the body, on the organs. You know, there's fat that sits between the organs, you know, around the heart. So you definitely want to maintain a healthy weight. A healthy weight for you, not for the next person. You gotta do what works for you. What I've learned is you may always want to be 150 pounds and may never get there, but if you could be comfortable in your own skin and be a healthy weight, and your vital signs are looking good, your blood pressure, pulse, respirations, your oxygen levels are looking good, your labs are looking good, and you just keep trucking. Okay, so last but not least, sleep well. Your girl don't play when it's time to go to bed. It's what my daughter from another mother says, heads in beds, heads in beds. So I'm a firm believer in getting anywhere between 7.5, 8 hours of sleep. Now too much is too much, but for me, I have trained myself to be this way since a young person, and it is very important to get your rest because that is when the body is healing. That is when the body is healing. So it is very important. And some people say, well, I lived off of 4 hours of sleep for 20 years, 25 years while I worked this shift and worked that shift. And that's all fine and dandy if that works for you. It don't work for me. I got to go to bed, and I have conditioned myself to get rest. And so it is very important to me. Rest to me is 7-8 hours, and it should be for you too. But you do what works for you. And if you're able to get a couple days out the week where you can get a good 7-8 hours of sleep in, that is awesome, because when you're asleep, your body is having an opportunity to rest. Okay, and heal. All right, so those are the 10 healthy habits for the brain, it says here, but it's really for the whole you. Challenge your mind, stay in school, eat right, control your blood pressure, protect your head, be smoke-free, manage diabetes, maintain a healthy weight, sleep well, get moving. And number 11, drum roll, stress-free. Remain stress-free, because what stress does to the body, I don't know the statistics on it, but I think it's like up there, number 1, number 2, number 3. Stress is a killer, okay? So if you got people in your life that are causing you stress, then that means you need to also set some boundaries. Set some boundaries for yourself, and set boundaries for those that are within your work group, friend group. You don't have to go to every event that's going on in town. I know we be wanting to show up, but you know, you have to get your rest. You have to retreat sometime. There has to be a reprieve. So set some boundaries. Number 11, get the stress out of your life. Oh, and speaking of that, if you're going through or know someone that has dealt with whom they think is a narcissist, I do have a book and journal available on Amazon, Creepy in all caps, The Unveiling of a Narcissist. This is not to put the narcissist down. That is not who I am, and that's not what I'm here for. But it is to uplift the person that has gone through this type of pain, this type of lovelessness, because it is detrimental to your very existence. So Creepy in all caps, The Unveiling of a Narcissist, along with a self-love reflection journal, on Amazon. And then my store, Soulful soulful-store.com, soulful-store.com. If you want Creepy as an ebook, you got merch on there. Get you a mug like my mug, Soulful, Mind, Body, Spirit. Nice to drink your coffee out of every morning, your tea in the evening after 5, your nice mixed drink. But this is all about you. This mug, when you look at that, that's about you. And it's okay for it to be about you. Because again, who's going to take care of you if you don't? Have a blessed evening. It's been nice talking with you all again. I want you to share, like, subscribe, because I'm hitting on the topics that don't nobody like to talk about. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed evening. Peace out.